Oh my God! We're off! The first round of this grand final. So much anticipation. And we get to watch that first frag of our grand finals go down. Starting on the defense, the defending champions, NaVi, FaZe. Poised to do what no one's done before. Chad, are you ready for this?
I'm expecting a nice slow start about things here. Taking their time, feeling it out, getting used to the atmosphere, but this is a place both teams, they love, they thrive. They're gonna show us their absolute best. karrigan and the troops corralling up mid here. Very passive stance from NaVi across the map, waiting to receive, don't want to get anything aggressive. Util about to be deployed here.
That's a lot of nades in the sky. Still, no one spotted. First contact, smoke's actually into the pit. SDY's blind as well. He needs to reposition. He's not allowed to. A quick flick from Twist. Glock, and he's not done. One more to find on the site, and it's Twists again. Arrives in style for the FaZe clan. Plant the site. Occupied, Bits already making a case for the retake. Some Util here. Armor on Perfecto, 2v3, and karrigan dancing, dies! Brokey, next victim, dancing around the site, time ticking. It's only Bit, he doesn't have the health for this, he'd need 2 queen click shots, it's not to be. You can see what it means to him, wants to start strong, first pistol, probably thought about that for many a night coming into this grand final.
Yeah, Master Showman right there, karrigan with a nice one. See the Util towards the site here, you highlighted the smoke towards pit, it pushed Simple wide, they didn't consider him early, but they didn't consider Twist, look at this, 3. Just locking and loading, taking the site, and Brokey chimes in for the final 2. But NaVi, they're not going to relent here. Take you back to Antwerp. We saw Inferno there. We saw the weakness. We saw what karrigan wanted to exploit. It was Arch side, Simple's domain. What's changed this time round?
Whoa, he's feeling confident. Eats the flashbang, but takes a pot shot down mid. It's a lot of 5-7s. Clearly the
look, isn't it?
Pistol of choice for the black and yellow.
Plenty of smokes here as well. These 5-7s behind the smokes, they can mow them down. 20 bullets of damage coming through, but top mid control already taken. Simple, he wants to see what he can find. Flash, not good, but Brokey, he's gonna clean house.
Solid start, into the side again. SDY, fate likely sealed. karrigan's hunting him down. Is the 5-7 though close? Oh no, a fumble! A colossal fumble. Rain trying to reel it back in. Long range, back 10, and trade. Oh, Rops has kept them in it. They tried to finish it right there and then.
And they know where SDY is. This round's done. There's no way out of this. They know he's in the pit. Twist can drop back with the bomb. They can take to the other side. And, well, FaZe recovering there. Got dicey for a moment.
I mean, Rops really did save the day there. Posted up on that library fight. You could see Rain's fate nearly sealed.
Think about the NaVi we saw yesterday. In the early stages when they'd lose a side, they'd save. Here, you got to think about the atmosphere. They're going to get stuck in as much as they can. Take advantage of a little bit of extra noise. Packed to the rafters, as Trace was mentioning. We'll just let this one simmer out for the next 40 seconds. SDY going to see what he can find. Mac 10 in his hand, carrying it through. And they're actually trying to close the door on his escape. Rain's position is perfect. If he pushes down mid, dead. If he tries to go over towards that arch side, Rops and Twists are also going to remove SDY from the server here. NaVi's newest name. Let's see if he can hold on to this. Going to give them something to operate with into the next round of play. Rain starting to have a look, and that's good from SDY. Giving himself a way out of dodge here.
They really want it. Don't want any threats into the next round of play.
He's going to go down. Rops has read this.
That's perfect. Clean sheet. 2-0. They convert against those threatening second round force.
You mentioned clean. This is what we're looking for in modern day Counter-Strike. The pistol round against the force fight, and then you get yourself a bit of a clean eco round here. So this is the perfect start for FaZe. Surprised to hear the crowd favoring FaZe a little more so than NaVi. Thought they were going to be the favorites here.
It's hard not to support this FaZe clan roster. As you know, the individuals have all had their stories, now all under one roof.
Oof, that's a very early top mid smoke, right? You want to be deploying that normally after the first 20, 25 or so seconds. Then they have invested in 4, so that's also a bit of doubt there, right? If you're going to extinguish towards sandbag, it's normally there's a heavy banana presence right there. So that's just trying to bait them into staying away from top banana. You'd be expecting at least 3 players. If on an eco round, you'd be playing top banana like that. So playing mind games early here, NaVi.
Not just mind games, they're doing some gymnastics as well. You can see that with limited resources, they're trying some hijinks and some gimmicks. Your crosshairs certainly not going to be placed there around this corner.
Well, they're coming.
Oh, Rain. How aware is the Norwegian today? Hello and goodbye. Successful from this dastardly duo, and Simple's got 2 on the P. 3 potentially.
Double.
Nade from Robs again. He rights the ship just as things looked a little hectic. Again, he saves them, but that AK has fallen into enemy hands. The potency of Navi's defense, though, non-existent.
He's actually thrown that over for Perfecto to scoop up. He might just want to save that. See if SDY can find a bit more damage with this Deagle. Or maybe another gun. That'd be nice to take into round number 4 here. So that's fantastic work to get Simple activated early with a couple of clean shots. But Rops, he's been on bailout duty in back-to-back rounds here, really saving FaZe's hide.
Like, there's no denying Na'Vi really have had 2 opportunities in 2 rounds to immediately post their first CT round.
And we're already getting a bit of a violence against the chickens here.
2, and then this nade. Look, they're getting the AK, about to double swing. Rops just puts it right on the money. And talking of money, that's going to do wonders for Na'Vi. Look what they've managed to bring through. It was a couple of pistols initially, but leave in with an AK, a Galil, and likely a good intention for their first defensive round. Still, Karrigan's called a good game here.
Bit getting caught out by the bomb there, right? We know that the adjustment with the radius of the bomb is going to play a factor here potentially as well if we're playing out for saves and post-plant situations, wanting to try and punish FaZe, leaving the sites. I'm going to get straight into the rifle rounds here, and Simple got his weapon equipped, the same for Brokey, so we're not messing about here. We're going to be getting into the big rounds immediately. Remember what I touched on? Over there at the major, they used Arch early. Right? They were trying to target the position where Simple rotates to help out the B bomb site. We're now Bits holding B. Boomage no more.
Yeah, very volatile on this banana hold was Boom. Bit likely much more of a potent pair, but not with twists there already.
That's the 2 headshot heroes of either team going toe-to-toe early here. That is great from Twist. He had the pistol and now showing he could do it in the gun rounds. He's been here before. He's lifted the trophy here before.
Wow, now this is quite the setup. Look at that. That's an effective 3-man defensive hold. And asking questions early. Brokey loses the battle head to head, and Karrigan's still there. Should be dead, jumping, hoping, and down to the Simple AWP. 2 on its first presence in the server. More could be found.
I'm not sure if they saw SDY up on the boost. I don't know if he contested or if he was even spotted, but it has sent them back searching towards B. Smoke there. What is Perfecto going to do with this? Does he want to gamble towards the A site, or does he believe there's a little bit more behind it? Because the bomb on Rain is making its way into the site. Rops is just containing this, and Perfecto out of position means Na'Vi might have to save.
He did pick up some util, but would it perhaps lean towards a retake? But as I say that, with the bomb going down, Perfecto is going to show some presence. Rain safe. Oh. Oh. They're coming. They're having a look. They're investigating. It's time to set up that post plan. Na'Vi come and knock in. Timer ticking. This has to be perfect. If you really want to go, you go on the flash. Twist has vision. Counter nade strong. Slows him. Cuts Perfecto down in half. And that's another one for Twists. Alive now. And a kick in. Nice frags out of SDY.
Needs to get on it. Needs to get on it.
Only needs to stop it.
I don't think there's time. There's no time for this at all.
Rops, a headshot as well for good measure. Wow, Na'Vi, they put everything into that.
Yeah, really they did. Simple look holds on to the AWP here, but the fact you're seeing them going for retakes like this early, I mentioned, a bit uncharacteristic. Yesterday, they were more than happy to save, doing it very by the book. And the fact that they get 2 here, you can see pinned towards the top mid, Karrigan just staying alive. But when you see a heavy mid setup like this, and you know that Simple is on the short side, you know that the rotation is likely going to be far away from B. Electronic frustrated with that.
Yeah, and on stark contrast, FaZe just seemed laser focused.
Well, they don't want to start in the same way they did the major. Remember, they had a pretty abysmal CT side and they had to come back. They gave us a bit of false hope that that was a competitive final. It really wasn't. It was FaZe running away with things, taking that trophy away from the defending major champions.
So let me ask you this, Chad. What makes this different? Same teams, big final, big crowd. Why are we now saying we don't know?
I think that this team right now, they've definitely been able to deal with some of the issues internally that existed with Boomage there, right? Let's not beat around the bush. Let's not beat around the bush at all. Yeah, you were talking about big things. Well, SDY just seems to be the player keeping everybody cool, keeping everybody calm, just doing his job, letting the stars of this team function. Now the saved ult means to buy back. Still opting for the 2-3 spread on this, and FaZe going through the paces, already getting Brain up in towards that boiler room.
Yeah, 2 avenues of assault procedurally clearing. Territory gained. No answers up banana for either squad yet. Lying in wait.
This would be a great call here.
Safe from the flashes, electronic. He may have to do a lot here. SDY's already revealed himself into the side. It's Garrigan on the mid-fight. And another back and forth. They are into the site though. Simple. What does he wait for the rotate? Because that bomb is going down.
Surely they save this time.
Right?
I know it's a 3-on-3 situation here, but again, locked out.
They're posturing for it still.
They've got kits, they've got a bit of util for this smoke molly. They can use one of those over towards the pit.
Oh,
They need to get past Carrigan, the flash forward. Carrigan steps out, nobody blind, and Carrigan's down.
A big catch. Jumps into their jaws. This retake's on. Twist and Rain now have to partner up. Crossfire established. A great headshot. Oh, and another hunting heads. It's Twist's only one and traded as FaZe keep this up.
Canadian keeping his cool here. Massive rounds for him. The pistol round, the entry, and the other gun round top banana, and now stopping this retake from coming through. We really need to talk about the setups that NaVi are throwing their way. And the reason I said this is a great call is, again, Carrigan's game plan looks perfect. He's aware that the adjustment is not going to allow the mid control. You cannot get that arch side control if they lock down mid. Well, guess what? We're coming out apartments. And SDY up on the balcony, that is a terrible position to have to defend against a pit.
It looks so uncomfortable for him. Now that's a very deep CT smoke. You can see paranoia spread immediately.
They're just happy to wait out this util, and I say wait it out, they cop it.
Ouch.
Big chunk of damage there. Twists and Carrigan low and coming through. Carrigan, he's not afraid at all.
Oh, he's feeling good about this. Quick smoke. That's a lot of pressure now onto the CTs. And he's ahead of it. Changes his mind. A white screen and pushing through. Electronic. Good for the first on the pistol, but resources limited. Players as well. Advantage FaZe. And advancing now into Perfecto's domain. A quick one across the bow. A re-smoke coffins. Staring at a gray screen. Simple cannot contribute. Oh, spotted. FaZe starting to choke him out. It's Simple, though, who does give us something to talk about. Oh! Another headshot! And he does it! Simple's dig on the triple. Gives NaVi life in their very first round of the grand final.
This is what you want to see. You don't want to quiet Simple. You want him in loud in the cathedral, showing up early. Every round is being competitive here. Doesn't matter what the buy is.
And they're still just imposing their will onto FaZe through the coffins appropriately.
This is delivering already. We're only 6 rounds into the game here. Every round has been back and forth, tight affairs, going for retakes. None of this saving, none of this putting the crowd to sleep. They're here to entertain.
I think it's just a byproduct of these two groups of players doing what they do best.
But look at what it's done, right? You have to look at the ramifications of that. This is showing you how close. It was a 5-0 start and you're down to pistols. You have not had an easy day at the office so far, FaZe. Sure, the game plan's been working, but the rounds have been close.
Yeah, this is where the scales start to tip in favor of NaVi. They're set up perfect to handle what's likely been a thrown their way. It's going to be strength in numbers from FaZe.
You can tell that NaVi don't quite understand what the buy is here, but they're coming their way. Could be a mop up here from Bit, up close and personal with the MP9. He's going to take 2. Perfecto's got one back, but this is all Bit. One more with the USP. And he's going to farm some cash there with the MP9. Now, the reason you could tell they didn't know what type of execute or what type of round to expect, they were super passive on A. Right? They had banana control, but you're worried about a bit of an apartment's waterfall in a situation like that. A couple of flashes, maybe some Tech 9s, but it was just an eco. So now establishing where the finances are at, NaVi will know they're up against a buy. But take a look at the cheeky purchase from Rops here. Watch this one back again, and this is great for Bit. He was an absolute monster yesterday on Mirage.
I mean, he saved them. He really did. In the absence of Simple, it was Bit.
This is a set piece. It's looking very set piece heavy with the early util.
Yeah, it's landing. Simple, trying to disrupt. He's been spotted out, flashed out, and chased down. Look at Carrigan. Seeing red and Simple, while seeing white, puts one down. It's Rain on the trade. Electronic spotted out. Rain advancing. It's SDY forced into a defensive stance and a good catch. FaZe now humbled a little. May want to continue this charge of suspicious smoke on the short side. How How do you handle that? And if you don't get through Perfecto, there was a second in tow. Electronic was right there poised, should he be required.
Those last two have been the cleanest rounds in the game so far, right? The eco, understandably so, but the gun round there, you can see the pace change. karrigan really trying to work that crowd here. You're going to see at some point, he's going to try and get them on his side a little bit more. Bit of a trickster is old karrigan. You can use a bit of that sound here to help with faster rounds. But this is good. Perfecto with a clean double, and great stuff from SDY on the side there just to handle business.
Yeah.
Right? SDY, in this situation, this guy gets plugged into NaVi. He's in the grand final right now. He's got 7 kills to his name, and he's hanging with the big boys.
Yeah, definitely some parallels with SDY and Bit, and both of them have handled that in terms of being thrust to the very forefront of this competitive practice. Looking for that Deagle headshot. The only real hope in this one, that's pretty much a full deco.
Yeah, this is karrigan just allowing his troops to use their aim, right? We talk about the spread on this team being very, very even to get to this point, but they're all stars in their own right. The thing is, nobody's elevated to the level of Simple, and they don't have to. They have not dropped a map so far.
Yeah.
The run in Cologne, completely spotless. Sure, there's been a couple of close games, some double digits, but FaZe have not lost a map.
And the Desk was saying 3 players on the same rating. This star trio, this Orion's belt of FaZe. karrigan has got still time to get up to no good. As the NaVi.
Electronic's on the way over here. They're going to have the stack towards the right side on NaVi.
Crosshair is bang on the money as well. It's Perfecto. Sprays them down, a bit close round as well. Flash should enable another peek, and FaZe just falling by the wayside. It's Robs' Dig arriving last. Will it be another spotless NaVi round? The answer is yes.
Bit of a problem as well that Bit's comfortable on an MP9. He's just holding on to it, farming so much cash here and starting to establish a huge CT economy. Timeout taken on the FaZe side just to discuss how the game plan is going to start to simmer forward, because it worked well early, but NaVi being able to adjust through some heroics. Remember, this streak of 4 started with Simple over towards B with a Deagle.
And imagine where we would have been had he not given them that life so necessary from Simple. It's crazy to me. You said he's confident enough to stick with the MP9. He has so much cash in the bank, Chad. He's keeping it.
Look, if it was Boomage, we understand. He likes to use it. He's over-aggressive. He'd maybe get one and done.
But it's Bit.
Exactly. Exactly. This is the newly dubbed headshot machine.
Oh, okay.
He's going to throw it away.
Finally.
There you go. All right, maybe in that timeout, the FaZe Cold Blade said, listen, mate, you've had your fun.
Treat yourself. Treat yourself.
You're stacked. We're stacked here in the Lanxess. Back underway. What's the change going to be? FaZe going to take a bit of pace out of this, slow things down, try and milk the economy here.
Oh, there's a bit of a glimmer in the eye of karrigan. Advancing fast, Flames will lick him down. Counter util strong and presence taken, so NaVi now unknown.
But it's going to keep NaVi moving, so this is just about playing rotations. There was so much thrown into that, but FaZe still have residual utility for the next minute and 30 seconds. There's no dramas for them. They're just hoping to keep NaVi moving, maybe over peak.
And you can see this
back in.
Simple is an embodiment of NaVi's certainty. You can see he's floating back and forth, throwing nades into nothing. That is evidence of FaZe with a job well done in these opening 30 seconds.
What they've been able to do here is push NaVi into the dark. Because of that rotation, no banana info, no top mid info. So they want to take this back. FaZe haven't really prodded just yet. A flash forward with nothing behind it at least gives the indication. Set piece coming out here. Smokes over towards the long side. Pit again. They did this on the pistol.
Counter util, look at that. A smoke one side, flame the other. Do you really want to brave it? Oh, eats the flash. That space to be taken is Simple brave enough. Here it comes. SDY sets him up, and oh, ahead of it. Rain knocks the head off of Simple. And now it's SDY's turn, just the one as they do start to choke them out. Electronic has to be a hero here, and still 2 of them finding it. But they knock them off. What an adjustment! Snaps into karrigan. It should have been one and done, but Electronic finally falls. And FaZe, knocks the head off of the headshot machine. That is nutty.
Clothesline, cop that. Robs, I said he's been bailout duty again. 2 big kills later is Electronic from the pit. He's doing work too. Check out this adjustment one more time. I don't know how he catches Brokey there, but that onto karrigan is beautiful.
This is quite the shot to be hitting on a grand final stage.
Drop and bop right there. Bang.
Couldn't even release his keyboard in time.
Think about the intensity. Think about the level of these games. This isn't just get the kills and the rounds done. Constantly fighting, constantly biffing. Neither team given an inch here. This is map number 1.
Yeah, 10 rounds deep of a best of 5. The Des discussed it. This first map is a key indicator. The fact that FaZe haven't dropped a single map so far, Chad, it's baffling to be walking into a grand final without really remembering what it feels like to lose a map.
And if anyone's going to make him bleed, it's NaVi. They've had their struggles here. They've lost a couple, but both teams destined on a collision course for this final.
And we got it. How often does that happen? You get the collision. And collisions are set, the course. Not yet actually going to be manifesting. Take a look at that. It's presence, it's posturing. Brokey dispatched to pick up the objective.
Yeah, just continue to opt for reactions here. And you can see NaVi no longer playing that heavy mid setup. Now they've opted for something a little bit more standard here. But the B setup is quite retake within its nature. The boost, playing towards spawn, Perfecto trying to bait them into this. Limb smoke front side. It's going to mean a couple of questions, but in this setup they have, it's actually quite nice for NaVi here. A lot of information remains. Lurk smoke from Rops here, and now that we're down to the final 30 seconds, the hit's coming.
Yeah, great time to drop the smoke, SDY. He'll have that up for the hit. Something to play around. Chips away at Brokey. It's simple, long range. Forces Carrigan down into the dirt. Still the setup is potent. What can you do to break? They haven't got the
10
time.
seconds.
They haven't got the time, and they're running out of players. NaVi mow them down upon arrival. It's only Twists and Robs, and now just got to accept his fate. Goes down with the ship. Blade's happy with that one. Keeping the cash in the coffers, 4 still alive as NaVi immediately shut down that FaZe streak.
Yeah, FaZe are in a bit of a rough spot with the money, right? If they can't get the bomb down in all of these situations, it's going to be harder to stimulate the economy here for the final few rounds of half number 1. So likely just to see the Deagles again. And that's really working in NaVi's favor. Not having to be up against gun round after gun round. It's going to make things a little bit easier for them, because you think about this, if they end up on 6 rounds here, 3 of them will just be against pistols, and that's fantastic work. That's half of their rounds so far. And Robin on the mark here, having a bit of a chat with Carrigan. Second timeout called.
Ending the season with the 2 major champions of the year. Stockholm champions versus Antwerp champs here in Cologne. And there is not an empty seat in the house.
FaZe are cooking something up here. They've opted for a little bit of utility around the purchase, right? They know the lost bonus starting to build in their favor. Just the Eagles with, as I say, little. It's just a light smattering. A couple of smokes, a flash, a HE. So these need to land picture perfect for them to get the most out of it and a change. NaVi willing to start 3 top banana, Simple and SDY to defend against A. But back underway as they try to quite quickly upset immediately. Util already being deployed. The key here is they haven't followed through with the execute. They've given themselves some room to work with here. Trying needs to be extremely careful. They plan through the fade. He's going to get 1, and he's even seen the second. That's what you want from Electronic there, taking care of business. And now it's SDY and Simple's turn. The combination on A, clean.
Craftsmanship on that.
Jesus here yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, we've got high quality in the building.
I don't know if he had to buy a ticket or if they let him in for free, but it was great to see him.
Perfecto. Reactionary flash pull just in case Pit requires the help. It doesn't seem to be the case. Look at the help on the Canadian. Early doors unconfirmed, but bleeding out is Twists. Here's one of those new elements. Those wall bangs from short side and apps. I'm sure we might get to see it throughout this first map of our final. Simple lines it up. Trying to chip further away, and it does connect. What a nade. Certainly softens him up for this weapon in SDY's hands. And good for it. Simple. SDY again combined to win out the opening exchange on A.
For the bombers, Alex, they've gone to hit the A site and left the bomb at spawn, and the man coming back to get it is Twist. Now Bit.
Oh, but wait.
This could be a bit of an issue here, especially now that Broky's taken one. Twist with 40 seconds left can grab the bomb, and this is completely open.
Wide open. But he has such low health if he was to brave it, yeah. None the wiser, but he's running into the stack. Oh, and a roll reverse, and it's Bit that knocks the head off of Broky from his advance, and now it gets real spooky. Bit's wise, he's smart, but will he ever consider this? A foot fault from FaZe may lead to a way back in round 13. Bit. And okay, what? I'm sorry! He checks it and twists all of that for naught. Robs can do nothing.
Too quiet for too long, and now they know he's in pit. Are they going to try and take this gun away after time? Robs needs to fight for his life here. 4 seconds left on the clock, and Electronic steps out, not afraid of nothing. 7 now for NaVi. They take the lead, and this is a difference in their CT side.
This started one way, and it's ending another. I mean, what a slew to start the pistol, the first gun. Bit, look at this. You can't see much. Knocks the goggles straight off of his face.
I talked about the headshot heroes of either team here. Bit with 72% and Twist with 75%. You've even got Carrigan, look, not as many kills here, but he's got a 75%, trying to keep up with the big boys.
Yeah, I looked at his event headshot, 68% for Bit. It's certainly an efficient way to get the job done.
Well, this is an efficient buy from FaZe, right? They've leveled out the cache here. They've gone for a half buy with the max loss into the last round of play. So this year with a couple of Tech 9s, it can tell of something that they want to be a bit quicker, a bit nimble. Maybe a B execute, right? Really haven't seen them lean towards that side of the map all that too much, but NaVi are one step ahead. Simple finally bringing out the AWP again, right? It was the early stages the Orbs came out, but since then Broky and Simple haven't really been wielding the big greens. Now I thought it was going to be B. Maybe it's going to be over towards the long side here as Util being lined up. Still a couple of smokes, a couple of flashes left over. For the time again, Simple has rotated back perfectly.
He's got the finger on the pulse.
They're coming his way.
Trying their luck. Well-placed incendiary limits their options. They'll be channeled close, and oh, there's so many. What a flick, and oh, the USP! Doesn't even need the big green to pluck the head off of Twists. Bit looking for answers. One slip the net, and he's been found. Carrigan down. NaVi are really cleaning house here, though. Look, I mean, these AKs are still in play. These Electronic, Bit, no better candidates. And an 8th to win out their CT half. Just a couple of clicks away.
But they have to know this is possible, NaVi, right? They've intentionally given up the space here. Now, Bit's position, he doesn't have to worry about it just yet. And the footsteps starting to come his way. The sound cue, I think Bit has finally realized in combination with Perfecto, looking to close this one down. Broky wants to find something here, and he can't. That's 8. There's only have one real spot on the record of this 8. I mean, really good stuff. 4 and then 4 again from NaVi. The final gun round of play. The purchases are coming in, and Broky getting the weapon of choice back in his hands, but will be light on the util here. Now, look, I'm comparing this to the major final, but if we're going to compare this with Inferno at the moment, actually during Cologne, it's a T-sided map. It's the only map in the pool that we have that has been T-sided. So is 6 going to be enough? I'm sure they would love to get 7 here.
Well, they've got everything they need to do it. And it's aggression from Bit. Broky prepared, and he cuts down another, tags up Perfecto. He is working on the scrap of health. 1. It doesn't get closer, low as hell. Perfecto wants to send Twist there too.
Well, footsteps would have been heard there from Twist, so backing off, they've relinquished top banana control. Twist would still be brave to go around this corner without a flash. The difference here from NaVi is that a bit more forward over towards A. Rops' job is to contain this, make sure they can't get too much information as Carrigan and the rest of the troops set up towards banana here for what should be a Hail Mary B execute.
So many nades on the belt of Electronic, he can react and delay. And they sail through the skies. A smoke, nade, and a whole team coming his way. Perfecto and Electronic established. Can they defend the site? 9 looms. As not clearing the boost. Perfecto and Electronic. Oh, he runs out of bullets. He needed 1 more in the mag, and now just a little bit of hope. Robson Twist, these boys are spicy. An electronic, perfect timing on the push, the flash, it sets him up, and only twists, and only one. 5 rounds in the first 5, and then it's all NaVi. A magnificent start to our grand finals. The first half of the best of 5 concludes, and we're just gonna take 2. Nine major champions in the server tonight here in the IEM Cologne 2022 Grand Finals. Electric start from FaZe. You could see the frustrations bubbling high in celebrations as well for FaZe. It was Twist leading the way in that department, and then the other superstar in the other jersey made his presence known.
Yeah, since Simple showed up, had that massive round on the B-bomb side. FaZe were struggling the game plan early. It was tidy, it was nice. But right now, NaVi are poised to get to 10. Looking into the pistol rounds here, the buy's coming through.
It looks a lot different to FaZe clans. A lot less smokes, a lot more armor. NaVi now on the attack.
A deagle this time around here from Simple, just gonna be the P250 in hand, and a 4-man A-lean from FaZe out the gates here.
Slight lean to NaVi in the bookies.
They want to fight here.
Who's gonna get this fight? Perfecto spotted out. It's long range, that's what that extra pistol's for. Oh, Glock to the dome, Robs on notice and run down. A big opening. Oh, a fingertip spotted. Rejigging the defense. FaZe want one back, and Twistgo's looking, and all he finds is death, destruction. broky, Carrigan on the site. SDY has slipped through. Carrigan's aware. He's got a lot of targets on his screen, and he has Rain in support. As always, his trusty companion. broky, not done. A double. More required as Rain rains it down. We will see the 7th. Both pistols now. That's both pistols for FaZe Clan. Calling out your friends.
It's crazy how this one started. I felt like Robs had absolutely no idea they could be behind him. He just kept busy in that fight for long enough. But as I mentioned, it was a 4-man lead from FaZe. They wanted them to run into this site. Twist gave away his life there, which I think made them feel that the site was going to be a little bit weaker, and Carrigan happy with that one. So the pistol rounds, great stuff from FaZe. Let's see if they can continue here.
Well, they certainly should.
It's not a force fight, it's just a one upgrade for Simple with the Deagle. But remember, that's where it all started to go wrong for FaZe in that first half.
This is where Counter-Strike's got to. Everywhere you can find that information safely.
You can see that the tensions were quite high there with the reactions we had from the players coming back in from the break, and you can even see Simple talking very intently down the line there, right? They're just discussing what they're likely going to do in the next gun round of play, because this one's a wash, right? Yeah. If you can get a kill, sure, but we all know what they're up to here. Right? Milking through this utility, making sure that FaZe have to buy their extra nades into the next round of play. Now, if they can get a kill or two late, or a plant, that's exceptional work in a round like this, but you can see here, they're just hanging out. Really just taking a bit of pace, a bit of sauce out of this one.
When Simple was asked about, electronics integration as a leader and how you incorporate that with a brain like Blade, his answers were that those mid-rounds are coming from electronic, but there is a clear game plan handed to them by that 6th man standing behind them.
Yeah, and I think that's why the conversation about Boomich no longer being in the team, it hasn't felt like a big one. It's like, okay, well, we haven't lost someone, just giving away the opening deaths now, and Electronic gets to take care of business, but that's exactly what goes down on Banana. broky and Carrigan, quick succession, knock him down. NaVi made him wait. Now we get back into the guns. We get to see the same situation, right? We saw what the game plan was from FaZe early, right? It was quite clear the type of setups they were going for, and NaVi wanted to lock down top mid. It didn't work for them great within the early stages. They had to adjust. Now, where is NaVi want to take the fight here? Do they want to try and punish towards this top Banana position? It is against a bonus buy. Those SMGs carried across 3. Loads of nades. Deep mid smoke with the incendiary from Robs here to try and keep them at bay.
Yeah, super interesting. Simple really prioritizing that T-side orb. He's not fully invested. He wants that early in the piece. And this is a lot of early control. Perfecto, combined with Simple, are going to try and wrestle back for something. In the meantime, up mid, hot shots. broky was smoked. SDY has escaped. That's enough. They've seen enough.
They're trying to make it as jarring for each other when they've taken this territory. You saw the nades thrown at Rain, now the nades thrown top mid. They don't want them allowed to just set up and explode here. But broky will have to relinquish control of that arch side. You can see how passive he's had to drop back here by that divider smoke towards long. Rain as well. And this flash is set up so he can re-peek the half wall.
Carrigan's got something in his back pocket here. It's all about his timing of it. Rain is right there waiting to strike. Flash. Oh! Headshot! They can't finish him, running him down, and a quick dig. Another opening.
It's going to be on Twist and Robs here. They're coming their way. The bomb now slinking up top mid. broky doesn't know where to go.
The 5 versus 4 conversions are high. About 30 seconds. Still legs to this. If broky, the biggest gun in the server for FaZe.
Left the gap now.
Big gap. A gaping chasm as these two cower. It is Twist and Robs though, under-equipped. But time on their side, they just need to chip away. The swing comes in, no trade available. A big catch from Robs. More required, Robs gets 2 on the FAMAS. Finally shut down with just 2 seconds to spare. The bomb will go down.
They might give this one a look in here. Remember, it was a bit of a bonus round. There's residual cash for most. They've got kids. Perfecto is low.
Can't believe Perfecto, after those initial dings, gets away with his life. He may not get away with his life as this bomb explodes. Arrogant sticking around, trying his luck. There you have it, and an AK as well. That works out nicely.
Okay, making the best of a bad situation there is Carrigan. Gives a bit of a parting gift on the way out the door. NaVi won't walk away with it as clean as they'd like, but 2 AK-47s, one for Electronic, one for Simple, and they will just stay alive.
Those new changes, I think players are still adjusting.
You gotta remember where you planted the bomb, the different ranges, also worried about where the players could be trying to contain your exit. But this was great here. It looked really specky from Rain right on the jump. It's a bit of a different way to play for that information, but Simple there just lays him to rest in Banana, and Rops does his best in that situation. You can see Twist having to worry about all the angles as well. And the NaVi fans love a round like that. Again, they're back in with a curious looking buyer, NaVi, Bit with a Tech 9.
Interesting. Always the one sacrifice. Didn't hold him back in the previous.
That all being noted now, NaVi will be on notice for the rest of this round about the way that they have to peek these corners. A flash, a jiggle, a teammate. Just swing into Brokey here, who needs to heat up 12 kills to his name. He's definitely started to put it in the conversation, but mainly Twists in the early stages of this map to put the damage down Rain. But Rops up on his favorite little balcony here. We remember what he did in Katowice.
It's quite the pairing on their A defense phase. They come and knocking on the door. Robs, Twists, trying to, cut down before they arrive. And they take out the superstar. Simple. Humble.
Bit's Tech 9 turns into an AK, so that's lovely for him, but they need to go back and scoop up this bomb. FaZe still in this 2-3 spread. Twist to be the man to rotate over. So the next door they're going to knock on here will be Rain and Brokey's over towards B. That AWP has been repositioned.
Final decisions to be made. And here comes the nades. Brokey cannot contribute already. Gaps are closing. Bit pre-aiming it. And oh, what? Rain down already. What's Brokey to do? A good tag. They want to run him down, and they will. You can see bodies all over the site. Bomb. Whoa. What? Not far off. Just through the corner. Electronic plants it safe, and now FaZe. This has got to be alarm bells. A couple are very close, but no cigar on the spray.
Rops is coming as a flash here. That's the only way back in. They have to wait for this flash from Rops. There's kits for this.
Smoke Banana. That will deny SDY, and now on the push. This is so last minute. This is so late. Just pushing in. They need to win every duel. NaVi established, strong as they defend their bomb.
Brokey ain't getting away with this AWP. They're not going to let him live here.
He's trying as hard as he can in a no-scope, but there's still one more hunting him down. Cut down, chase down, and bomb concludes the 11th for NaVi.
That was even with the opening top mid. Remember, Twist took out Simple, so that was a number disadvantage situation. Yeah, this is traditionally where FaZe do their better work in the number disadvantage situation here, but that was so explosive. Rain was really caught off guard by that, and so was Brokey. The shot looked like it should have been on right there, just a slight bit of damage, but Brokey showing us something special before he loses his weapon of choice, and now just down to the pistols. FaZe are really back up against this. They're the ones who need to come back into their map choice.
To lose your first map of the tournament in the first map of the grand final.
This is going to put them on notice, right? The thing is, I don't think either of these teams know who is better, right? You're going to believe that you're the better team coming into this. Your preps there, you're better players. You have to have that bravado. You have to have that confidence if you want to play at this level of Counter-Strike. But if you sat them down and you truly asked them to be honest about which team is better, you'd have a really hard time separating the two. You could point out weaknesses and strengths for both teams. You could talk through the run up until this point. NaVi are used to. Okay, Twists again from the arch side. Nice shot, but that's the only defense. He'll need to get another Simple tagged on down, and Bit will step on out. Happy to oblige.
It's like, we're re-peaking, are we? Okay.
But this is the thing, right? NaVi, when they've been in best of 5 finals, they traditionally do speed run it, right? We talk about marathon sprint. They do it in the sprinting fashion of 3-0. Whereas FaZe, when you see them in the best of 5, is a bit more labored. They're used to going the distance. And that's why I think the desk, when they talk about who's going to win this series, if it does go a little bit deeper than 3 maps, you start to question, do NaVi have enough in the reserve? How are they going to deal with this one? Going to 4 or 5.
Well, you talk about the sprint, Chad. No better way to start that sprint. Out of the blocks. by taking your opponent's map pick.
Exactly, overpass next, and the desk was also asking the question there, how is this map coming so early into the best of 5? Ancient to be the 3rd.
Okay, options are going to become few and far between for FaZe. A stunning defensive haul out of NaVi in that first half, and now FaZe do have to match it. They did take both pistols, but didn't take long for NaVi to once again look to be reigning supreme. Some sacrifices for FaZe again, not a kit in sight for round 21.
That B bomb site can't be a weakness again, right? And you mentioned about sacrifices for this one. The fact that there's a FAMAS for Twist here, and he's been one of the most potent players so far, could be some big issues. But this is where FaZe need to really step up individually, right? If they come, one's not enough. You can't go one and go down. You need to get the 2 in a buy like this. NaVi, it's like they're pulling teeth, pulling you around the map and being able to convert rounds even when they lose that opening kill. That's going to attest to the fact that 1 is not enough. It's very direct again, right? They're keeping these 2 players planted on the B bomb site, and the rest of them just start to comb, boiler holes up mid, a minute 28 left on the clock, and they can come very quickly.
Oh, SDY caught out. Brokey given a gift. Can they continue to peel apart the 4 remaining? karrigan, dangerous game he's playing. Spots it out, has Twist in tow. Flash might be required to take that fight because Electronic's hitting every shot he takes. Back to a 4-on-4 and so much time still available. Where did his health just go? Shot on down, still punishes 1. FaZe trading evenly. Rops has provided a nice one onto Bit. But it is simple.
There's so much time to work this. They left the bomb safe. The bomb has not even been spotted to this point. Simple will have to go back and pick it up. But he knows that Rops is the A defender, and likely Rain has been trying to cut him off at the pass to make sure that he cannot get back towards that B bomb site. So now scooping up the bomb, 39 seconds left on the clock. And this fight towards Rops, he is very low.
Positioning, the name of the game.
Rain's gambling here.
He's gambled correctly. Simple cuts noise. Looking for his first engagement. Opts for the Molotov and strafe quick from Rain. Rewarded for the gamble. And just when things became compulsory, FaZe do provide.
We talked about the fact that the players, they needed to make sure they were getting more than 1 in those trades. They get the opening kill, karrigan goes down, but then from Twist getting the kill towards that arch side, Rob's grabbing one, Brokey grabbing the other. It wasn't necessarily multi-kills, right? They were chipping in together in this situation. And they were handling business, but you can see once they get the space they're looking for, both teams are just happy to stand and fight. You want to pick? All right, our aim's just as good as yours, but this is great from FaZe here. Need to do it again, and well, the buy for them still a little bit strugglesome. karrigan now taking a couple of chances, barreling down mid, hasn't been noted, but Twist, he's taking the push. karrigan behind, the kills are coming their way.
NaVi on notice, already just throwing aggression. An offensive defense. karrigan recovers a rifle, a nice upgrade, his life more important and valuable as he holds the access point to 1/2 of the map.
Look how small the map looks right now. They're boxed in here.
Deep smoke. Back turned. SDY. Ooh, Brokey. Little sloppy on the spray. Still converts and it's Bit's turn. Equal amounts of time. An extra man to deal with and contend with karrigan and Brokey, admittedly wounded, but
this is all about the info here, right? Not giving up, not over-peeking a corner. Just play for the info, allow him to take the space that he wants and regroup. Make sure you have a buddy system going. Rops is making sure he can't go through halls. Brokey's making sure he can't go top mid. And karrigan on the jump. He must have spotted in there. Brokey's starting to rotate, but karrigan's hanging around. Bit knows he needs to run him down and denied by the smoke. Straight through and great from karrigan. Perfect by the book play to get 10 now for FaZe.
Bit of a ballsy one as well. He knows that Bit's charging towards him. He is the only man on that B site. karrigan opts to take the fight.
I think that's important for karrigan to do here, right? We know that he needs to step up in certain situations. Hope it's tasty.
Counter-Strike certainly is.
Is that an early dinner or a late lunch?
Or a really late brunch.
Well, we're all feasting our eyes on this one right now as NaVi have been humbled here, just down to a couple of pistols. And the fact that FaZe are battling into this now, a bit of life in this, just a 2-round game, and showing more confidence, taking more fights, and Rain straight through, flashed up, he's got no idea they're past.
He's got him another one as well.
Oh!
Okay. That is the most dominant defensive round we've seen from FaZe. It's quick, it's clean.
Oh, he sees ya, and he hears ya. The greatest showman in Counter-Strike.
Yeah, no one does it like karrigan, no doubt. In the game, out of the game. Karrigan does it his way. And you can see this, they just run past it, both of them blind as bats. Hand over face and hand over fist. FaZe take a very quick one.
Oh, this last one's beautiful. Just swinging around. The premonition from Rain.
How many of his actual kills did he see there? I mean, one maybe here on Electronic, and then the third, just a real extra spicy meatball.
Beautiful there as the timeout has been taken. Blade, an opportunity to bring out the novel. See where they're at. What chapter are we on?
I love the way they put it on the desk, talking of chapters. I think it was Matthew, you know, you're reading a murder mystery, and we're just, as we've stepped into this grand final, we're on that page before the killer is revealed. We really do not know. That uncertainty in unity with everyone here. We all want to find out who will be the champion of Cologne. And I think it's time we do another check. Who expects to see NaVi lift the trophy? Oh, it sounds similar to OJ, because what happens next is I say, and who thinks FaZe Clan? Jesus. And I'm not talking about the dude in the toga.
Well, look, Karrigan asked them to go full gas today, I think was the translation.
Full gas.
Let's see what they've got in them here as we're back underway. The timeouts have concluded. Crazy to see the amount of gun rounds here without AWPs really in play. Not one for Simple, not one for Brokey into round 24. And a very heavy B-lean from FaZe in the early stages. Maybe expecting something a little bit faster to fight for this map control. Passively holding onto a flash here to enable a car fight. And as more U2 comes forward, is Perfecto going to stand and fight. The Molly's burning at his toes, and yeah, he will have to dip back. So not too much damage unless they use it as a shield.
Oh, they really are off the leash, FaZe.
Think about it's a late banana take. So not do they have control within the first, 10 seconds, they have control with the minute on the clock. So this is perfect.
Right, this takes away a component of NaVi's take. Hang on, they're coming. Rain trying to help Karrigan out. It's one from him. Rain responsible for B and will turn tail.
This is where Electronic comes in within the mid-rounds. It's 1-for-1. He needs to move these pieces of the puzzle around the map. A 2-2 split of the defenses right now. Twist again. He's been great from this position.
Yeah,
that's not going to deny vision. He has full information right now. That smoke means nothing to Twist.
No doubt. No questions. Oh, he's concerned about that second letter of the alphabet. Perfecto dropping weapons, faking out the sounds, and oh boy. NaVi, it's very light on time. Can Rops really get away with this one? 15, they still aren't sprinting. Now they will.
Flash.
Flash isn't bad. Needs one, it's the bomb carrier. Perfect!
Oh!
Perfect from Rops! Target selection, and just with a second to spare, that bomb will go down. Can't do anything about it. Brokey and Rain are head to head. 2-on-2. Electronic on the jiggle. Rain across the line, crosshair away, and it's Rain to tie us up. He knows what he's doing. Getting paid to play since 2008. He used to bring up a cowbell to the events. Now he just uses the crowd.
That right there is perfect. That is what Counter-Strike is all about, trading, right? Off of each other, the teamwork, those details. That is what we love to see. And back in with a brittle buyer, NaVi. This time the pace change, quick up banana, looking for the space. Electronic is going to take it. He's going to get it for free.
Free is a bend of the word. Perfecto losing limbs, and so is Bit. Two members of NaVi walking wonky.
They've been explosive on this B side before, but this is the issue. Now the rotations come through. FaZe are wise of their tricks. Twist is fortifying this B side, not only fortifying, flashing forward for a fight.
And they set Simple up. He's healthy, he's the star, and he's dead. Quick one out of Bit. That's the trades we talk about, but trying to get away is Rain. Fills the void, it's Twist and down. Despite the low HP, Twist couldn't finish his meal, and Rain now calls upon Brokey.
Might have to be Rops again here, Alex. This top mid smoke is going to start to subside. They were slinking down banana. Bit hasn't moved to muscle here. So much time on the clock to still make decisions for NaVi. Do they want to play for info?
Electronic has to sell this.
Definitely looks so here.
He's waiting for them to go glance down mid. This is the fight he's been waiting for. A headshot angle.
Hard fight.
Very hard. Oh, elbow. A tiny glimpse of information, but it makes the world of difference, surely now.
I'd be behind all of them here. They're coming back, they're coming back.
No way, no way. Low, turns around, Perfecto, gone, they're all there! Brokey shatters NaVi in one magazine!
Lines them up, knocks them down, look at that!
Come on!
What a play, man down, mid-push, the ball's on Brokey. This is what you need to see.
One, and then the whole team melt at the hands of Brokey. Oh, look at them, just cowering in the corner.
Happy with that one, isn't he?
Oh boy.
Back in the lead now. 1 round game and another timeout for NaVi. They're getting stalled, they're getting stopped. A streak for FaZe, up to 5 on the trot. Reminding us why it is their map choice and starting to look a little bit happy with himself.
Do we shower Brokey in the praise as well, or was that NaVi also getting a little hesitant on the commit?
I don't think that they thought anyone would be brave enough to push down in a man disadvantaged situation. That's a risk to take. And just the timing that he caught. They were glancing top mid, they were ready for the play. The perfect timing from Brokey in that moment pushes NaVi down to just a couple of upgraded pistols and Bit with an AK in his hands.
How many times have NaVi been in this kind of scenario?
They get battered by the util and Robs through the smoke this time round.
That was the AK. They have armor. It will be juggled, but still, it was Bit that was so good at digging NaVi out of the dirt in their semi-final.
SDY and Perfecto tend to be a little bit quieter here on the T side, so you still have to turn towards the trio of Electronic, Simple, and Bit to try and crack open the rounds. Remember, the AWP hasn't really been a key component of NaVi on this T side.
Not at all. Yeah, what was I talking about? Not a single AWP investment necessary. Karrigan does track well. It's those two. Karrigan, Rain, constantly a nuisance, a problem. Oh, how the tides have turned. A 9-6 half from NaVi and being matched by FaZe. FaZe up in the crowd and, well, FaZe up in the game. 2 rounds away from taking their map pick.
And forced into the final timeout here, NaVi. Right, Blade gonna have a conversation. This is fantastic. Utility from Robs throughout. Remember that double dunk nade over towards the arch side in the early stages to deal with a force buy situation from NaVi. So Robs here is stepping up in a big way. Got himself up to 16 kills. Leading the charge is Brokey with 23. Feels like a pretty quiet 23 kills. He's just 1 behind Simple here. And in the head-to-head, that's where they're matched up. But Blade with the final marching orders here. What's the answer going to be? How do they get themselves back into this game? A MAC-10 out for Bit here. He doesn't even have a good spawn to use this quick up banana. They've been taking and sustaining so much damage within the early stages. Think about banana running through mollies, mid, copping nades, getting spammed. Just getting bowled over here, NaVi. And we're talking about FaZe losing their first map so far of Cologne. Guess what? They've got different plans.
One of the few remaining opportunities. As it's quick out of Perfecto. Great flash. Rain out in time. It's Rops that's actually been caught out. SDY catching his glance in apartments, but look at Karrigan. Tries his luck. He's going for 3! Come on! 1 short, 2 okay, 3 NaVi running short of players and rounds.
Again, their corpses lit a banana. Same position, same place. Their demise in 15, it looms. Simple and SDY. What can they do about this?
They're just taking it in turns to farm some frags. In a grand final, no less. Will they really remain undefeated on their run to the trophy? NaVi the best candidate to push their limits. Simple's gonna have to push his if he wants to have anything to say about this one. Again, this duo, veterans. Rain knocks Simple down in the last. It's just a formality because we're up to 15.
The combo of Karrigan and Rain, they've been to every Cologne. And this time they're in the grand final. Putting on a show.
No finals, come on. You know, you've got to so many. And as you are reaching the peak, the crescendo of your career, the accolades, they're showered upon you. You've got a very clear nemesis in NaVi. And they're arriving with their map pick, and now they've got some opportunities, folks. 3 map points for FaZe to stay supreme and undefeated here in Cologne. Trying their luck again. Into Rain. Oh, they're both down. Electronic slaps the veterans out of the server and continues to take space.
This is huge from Electronic, but Brokey trying to respond to this here. Look at the bomb. It hasn't been scooped up. SDY might have to, but Rops, if he pushes into Boiler, he might catch him here. This is the bomb carrier. He's not going to go down. SDY in back-to-back sits Rops on his ass.
Rops could have done so much with that. SDY just closing out the head-to-head, and now, yeah, options very few and far between for FaZe to dig themselves out of this opportunity.
But Brokey, we've seen what he's done. He might even go for a play here. He might offer something aggressive, and they could be good. Cool, simple, chipped away at the bomb. Is going to get planted here. The smoke redeployed, and Twists has arrived to the party. A flash and an incendiary to get them in.
No reason not to go.
Even damage here, right? Just take away these guns. You do not have to win this round. You just need to keep NaVi with weapons out of their hands.
Keep the compromises coming. Bomb, half gone. 2 members low on NaVi. Bit was healthy, past 10. Brokey ensures it. Simple needs to get out of the sight. Electronic close and sold. NaVi passed their first of the 3 tests.
2 more rounds now, but FaZe, you like the play, you understand the play. Damage was name of the game. You can see Karrigan likely gonna, after they go down to this beautiful double from Electronic here. Great round from him, right? They needed something from their in-game leader. Pushing through the smoke, they're lining up. It doesn't get easier than that, and that's an actual very important kill, because SDY on the way back, he was the man that, well, needed to help the troops out as they were getting over towards that B site, but they can buy. The finances are there for both teams.
I wonder if those 2 head-to-heads with SDY and Rops are gonna perhaps take the luster out of Rops' aggressions. Will you really try it again when you're so close to victory? Good nade. 1-shot headshot available now onto Simple. Ooh, definitely. Just as he tries his luck. Flame, smoke, territory maintained. NaVi are in no rush.
This is a bit of a different round here. FaZe lose a site, and they do not trade efficiently. Likely to see a bit of a save here to go into round 30. We need to start worrying about the finances here as the loss bonus bottom of the barrel or near enough zone. 4 players in Banana, SDY just dealing with any aggressions, keeping them busy over towards A, forcing communication out. Flashes are being used, but on this B bomb site, there's some key utility. Karrigan still with the smoke and an incendiary to his hands, and as I say it, out comes 1 key piece. They're going to extinguish and go here. This is all in.
Yeah, here they come. Karrigan needs 1. Rain to support and to frag. Bit down, holds down. Mouse 1. Karrigan as well. They get the openings, but here comes Perfecto to sweep him under the rug. Rain, stubborn, caught now. It's Perfecto who's given them a way in. Still a man advantage, but that bomb will go down. A wallbang from Twists achieves nothing. But that works. Straight through the smoke. Rops onto SDY, and Perfecto demanded to do it all. Well, we are closing out Inferno. FaZe remain undefeated. The first of the grand final. FaZe take their map pick. And this is just the beginning, Chad. So much more Counter-Strike ahead of us.